Lokati here. Today we're going to talk about build support. One of the most frequent questions I get asked in my channel is how do I improve on my build? And so I thought I'd share with YouTube how these things kind of go on my Twitch channel. So let's go ahead and take a look. Over here, I have a mercenary with Doriani and Perkle's Toe, only about -30, working on the rest of good tier 16, still got one with Wrath. I found the one. A Purity of Lightning. Ew, that's dirty. In some situations I have mana issues. No, you don't have mana issues. Oh, you do have mana issue. You've got too much reservation. And also, I asked this fitting 4 auras in. I got the reservation on the life master extent. I still can't fit flesh and stone. If I use all 4, I only have about 48. Tip of shield, flesh and stone, arctic armor, enlighten. Where's our other aura reservation coming from? Oh, someone's good about. Yeah, so I'm not running unbound ailments anymore, Willow. So I jumped unbound ailments, but you're still not. Oh, you've got a rune graft there. 15% mana reservation efficiency. Yeah, just the fuck? Why is this not build doctor? Oh god, what's the fucking text? I hate this shit. 15% increased mana reservation efficiency. Whatever. Alright. Yo, what Robbie said, facts. Alright, so pull unbound ailments and you'll lose your mana issues, Willow. I pulled mine because I was having the same issues. So just rip unbound ailments. Your mercenary is -37. Your damage with hits is lucky. First charge, sand stance, bleeding, poison blinded. Poisoned, blinded. I'd run one more blind tattoo. You'd have 2 brittle, 7 scorch, maybe an 8 sap. Do you have Intim on your cluster? Rage, double, life, burning, double. Your cluster is fine. You can do a little bit more damage if you pick up one with Intim on there. You just do a search like this. You go Lethal Pride, any duelist node, filter nodes, generate. We got a full DPS here. Tree, find timeless, generate, and then you want rage for sure, and then Intim for sure. And you just put a 1 in this last column and guarantee that it only has 1. I'll give you this POB. Any of these will work. And you can, I'll send you this POB, you can see those, but like a 15, 5, 10 is the most ideal one. You're at 40,633,000. If we run that, then you're at 41,854,000. So, Intim, lethal, pride. Your sword is very well crafted. Good job on the sword. You need to slam a Crusader orb in this thing and say like a prayer to whatever gods you follow. You can make this thing really, really good if you get a good hit with a Crusader orb. So just buy a Crusader orb and slam it. But pray first, not after. After is not very helpful. Sword is okay, but you're really going to have to start... Or shield is okay, but you're really going to have to start looking for a good shield. I've got a POE search for shields here. These are all good shields. They all meet the bare requirements. that is, they either have an open prefix. They all have an open prefix with spell suppression and life on block. And so these are all really good shields. I'll just kind of stick this in your notes when I get back to yours. Shield search. On the shield search, if you don't see any like this, you can come in here. You can turn on empty suffix and turn off empty prefix. These are all shields that have block on them already, but don't have spell suppression. So you craft spell suppression on these. The other ones you craft block on. So this is like a shield search craft block. And then this is a shield search for craft suppression. All of them are good shields. Helmet looks good. Bronze Lithe, you want to start looking for a duration mod, but they're going to get expensive. Gauntlets. Oh, you have Intimidate on hit on your gauntlets. So if you get the Bronze Lithe, if you get the Lethal Pride, if you get just roll non-vol on your gloves, it's like 30% more clear damage. It's so much more clear to have non-vol in your gloves. It's very big. Defiled Cathedral would work. Toxic Sewers would also work. Endurance charge boots are good. Your yoke is a 7%. So yoke upgrade to 10% increased damage. This is pretty big. Your yoke, if it is 10% here and everything else is exactly the same, it's 11% more damage for you. So it's a ton of damage. Ton of damage. So you can get one of those. Your belt's not bad. I would start. Consider crafting a Stygian Vice. It's easy craft by Elder Vice. Harvest life reroll until double life mods plus something useful. And then craft something useful. Like, very, very straightforward. You can make some super goated belts like this. Oh, catalyze life. Get a good Abyssal. Flasks look good. It's a very good tincture. You can use Blessed Orbs. Oh no, you've 17%. That's fine. That's a good tincture. Life Flask, you need to change to this other Life Flask. Run a Terrified Life Flask does two things very well. Number one, when you're low on life, it restores 2,419 life instantly. And that's when you need the life, is when you're low on life. So if you're at half life, you hit the flask, you're immediately full life. Ridiculous. Also, if you're running maps that have less recovery, your life flask doesn't work. But the instant recovery does. So if you get below half life, you can still use your life flask on maps that have less recovery. Silver Flask is good. Crit and armor. Evasion and crit. And crit. So you've got armor, evasion, and crit. You've got two good ones. The evasion, I would do curse effect instead, but that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I mean, everything looks good. These are all just like nitpicky things. Like you need 2% fire res. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot. You do need 2% fire res. You can, I mean, you don't really have anywhere to grab it from right now. But yeah, I would focus on getting that fire res sorted out. Calamitous feed the Fury Marsh prowess. Glyph Prism looks good. Don't forget these little jewels. You can use these jewels for res. I mean, you already do a little bit, so that's good. No, I run Pen Tincture instead of attack speed because Pen is better. The attack speed one is not so much better. I imagine you have an attack speed one in game that you copied into a spreadsheet, and then you built a Pen Tincture one in the spreadsheet and you equipped it, and it looks like less damage. But that's because the tinctures from the game cheat, and it copies over extra damage when you import your character. Here's all the changes, Willow, in the notes.